Yeah, that was a lot of fun. What a great battle of two really talented teams. Special to be able to bring this rivalry back for our fans and women's basketball fans in general. I thought we came out with a really strong start with that 9-0 run. I thought you saw the confidence and just fearless. We really felt like rebounding and turnovers were going to be big keys for this game, and knowing that they're a really strong defensive team as well. These games early, you're really trying to learn about your team, and I know for us going in, there were a lot of questions with a lot of new players, and they just continue to show us what they've shown in practice, that they're really, really competitive, very confident, and very consistent in their work. So I thought, Chris was huge. She gave us a great presence on the glass. Shai brought senior big game leadership on both ends of the floor, setting the tone for us early. KK, as you can see, just a elite scorer and competitor. Bree was just a huge spark for us, especially in the second half, continuing to battle. And I could go on and on. Sarah, Sailor, Allie, everyone had really big plays that you have to be able to have within your team.
Please raise your hand for questions for the student athletes. Go ahead.
Pretty shy. We've talked so much about this early part of the season. You guys like learning each other, chemistry, and all that kind of stuff. What impressed you the most about how you guys played together as a unit today?
I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. One of the most fearless groups I've ever been a part of in my 4 years here. It's just amazing. We've bought into the process. We've bought into each other. I don't think many people would be able to pull this off with 10 new people on their team. And, we just did a hell of a job in this offseason of getting the right people.
Yeah, Bree, back-to-back buckets for you to close out that first half. Can you talk about the importance of just getting going early and going into halftime with such a big lead?
Just stay in the course. Shot wasn't falling in the beginning. Still had to do come ready to play, be ready when my numbers was called. Still bringing that defensive intensity. That's one thing I know I can bring to the team, and just stay in the course.
Yeah, for Bree as well. In that third quarter, when Cheyenne and Christina were both on the bench in foul trouble, you had a really big stretch. I think you had eight points in the third quarter, something like that. Just talk about kind of getting downhill at that time, and what was kind of your mentality coming in off the bench in that moment?
If they off me, then just take it. That's really what it was. Just being aggressive, and I know my team needed me to be aggressive, so I had to keep attacking and getting open looks for everybody else. But if I had it, I'll take it.
Hey, this is for Kayleen. Rob Knox here. The next. Can you describe the edge that you all played with today? I felt that early in the game there was an edge to how y'all performed today, and just how's that help you all moving forward?
I think we know coming into this game what we had to bring, the intensity. I mean, there's so much history in this game, so I just we were all on the same page coming out, playing hard. We wanted to we wanted to give them the first punch, and I feel like we did that.
So for anybody, there were 12 turnovers in the first half, 20 total. Would you say that early on there was an essence of trying too hard on the offensive side to force things?
No. I think we were being aggressive. They're obviously a great defensive team. They want to speed you up. We made some silly turnovers, but I don't feel like it was because of them. I feel like it was mainly because of us. I don't think, in my opinion.
What she said.
For any of the players, it feels like Sarah's passing ability was really big today, created some really big buckets for you guys. Can you kind of talk about how her passing really opens up the offense for everybody else?
I think Sarah does a great job of just being a great point guard. She's really poised, easy to talk to. I think she does a great job of commanding the offense. And then, obviously, she didn't score that much tonight, but, because she is a threat, and especially in the past two games, she's shown that she's a threat from anywhere on the floor. people have played her on us, and that's something that we can really like use to our advantage of a point guard that can score and facilitate. And I think Sarah has a lot on her shoulders right now, but she does a phenomenal job of handling it all.
For any of you guys, just talk about like shot selection for a minute. You guys were 6 for 9 for 3, and you took a lot of good shots. Can you talk about just finding the good looks tonight?
I say we mostly found our shots in the flow of the offense, seeing what the defense gave us. Just playing Maryland basketball, getting out, playing defense, letting our defense start everything up, because we need that defense gonna start everything. So, yeah.
Bree, one more for you. You talked about staying the course and being aggressive. Did today feel different, or what really clicked in for you? Because I know you're kind of building through those first 2 games, but today kind of, looked like yourself a little bit more than those first 2 games.
I feel like before I was really pressing everything, and yeah, I just felt like I was pressing everything, and I think today I just learned we got to be aggressive. Just got to play like how I usually play. So coming in, being ready to take the ball to the hoop, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Please raise your hand for the mic for questions for Coach Frese.
Hey.
You mentioned, even before the game, you thought rebounding was going to be a huge thing, and obviously you guys were really crashing the boards, especially early. How much of that is a mindset, or are you just is this team just a little bit better than rebounding than we've seen in maybe the last couple of years with the size and length?
Yeah, I think we were able to address it with size, but it's also heart. I mean, there were some late games there by Sailor, and the rest of them kind of tipping them to really get on the floor and be able to secure those. And it is encouraging. They're an elite level rebounding team, and as we're continuing to find our identity going into this game, we were plus 20 on the glass, and then to beat them on the glass tonight is big. And it's got to be someone, when you're missing shots, that you're able to be able to clean those up with extra opportunities.
Coach, can you speak to the focus coming in on the defensive end, forcing a lot of turnovers in that press in the half-court set? How are you guys able to execute so well on that end?
That's something I really learned about us. I wasn't expecting to play 40 minutes of the press. I wasn't sure what kind of shape we were in, especially with players right now coming off of injuries, getting back into the fold of things. But credit just the determination and the will, and then our bench depth. We were able to kind of really spot people around media timeouts. But I thought it was a big X factor that we really made them have to work. They weren't getting a lot of their offense until 15, 20 seconds on the shot clock. I mean, some of those dump downs to layups were painful. So I would have wanted to guard their half court, the entire game.
Coach, Christina Dowsey, she had 14 rebounds, 7 of which were on the offensive end. What can you say about her impact looking forward to the rest of the season?
She was huge. She's a monster on the glass. That is why we knew recruiting her that she was going to be an elite rebounder, shot blocker, high motor. You just saw what I loved about Chris was she was just so confident. She didn't fear the moment. She was really aggressive and confident, and we needed to have every one of those rebounds.
You guys were more efficient than them from deep, from the field, and from the line. What were you most excited about the offensive effort today from you guys?
That's big. Our three-point shooting, when you look at that efficiency, 67%, giving us an inside-outside game. And then I thought we did a tremendous job stepping up and knocking down free throws. So those are big plays. We clearly had to have that with the amount of turnovers we had. I mean, they had 17 steals. So the aggressiveness that they played with, you have to be able to counter that in some sort of way.
Coach, Christina was in foul trouble, and the depth played really well. What do you think that says about the team going forward?
It's really encouraging, and that's what we've been able to build. I think we can even go further into our bench as time goes on, and that's what you need to be able to have. I thought we were able to kind of manipulate some things in the first half when I wanted to see how the game was going to be called, and I thought really, when we went to our bench, I thought we actually got even more elevated. I thought the energy, and when you can send waves like that, this is going to help us as a team to be able to separate from other teams with our depth.
Coach, how big was Kayleen today? Back-to-back games now with 20 points. What does she bring to this offense this year?
She's just a competitor and a winner, and clearly just an elite level, 3-level scorer. I love that she doesn't fear the moment. Really an aggressive attack mentality. Now I got to get her to take some of that to the defensive end, but right now we'll take the offense and we'll build on the defense.
What did that mean for you to get this game back on the schedule and get this kind of environment today?
It meant a lot to be able to have our Final Four team here, to our alums. We had them in the locker room, to give our athletic director, Damon Evans, a nice birthday present. But, going back to these ACC days and just the legacy piece of what's been done before us, prideful moment, that I've been a part of that. And just to, I had to explain the history to a few of our girls leading up to this game, and which dates me, I'm afraid to say, but I just loved how they responded. They understood the legacy, the history piece, and you could see it was a really proud moment for them.
You spoke about the full court press earlier. Was that a response into them pressing you, and how do you think you guys reacted to the defensive press from them?
We always want to be a pressing team and be able to give different looks. I just saw that it was speeding them up from our defense, even though at times they were breaking the press, but it was speeding them up, so it allowed us to get those rebounds and go. I thought, and again, there's a lot of new players. I thought in spurts we handled it really well, and then I don't know if it was fatigue-based, still learning each other. I thought their defense impacted us and turned us over. But, all areas that we can continue to keep improving on. We're still learning that chemistry. Heck, I'm still learning who our best inbounders are against the press break. I haven't figured that out yet. So, those things are going to take time as we watch film and have more games like this under our belt with different styles of play.
You kind of mentioned at the end of the response there, and Coach Lawson also mentioned it in her post game, but you don't learn a whole lot about your players in blowouts, but you do in games like this. What do you feel like you learned most about your players today?
I just love how hard this team competes, and they're going to compete regardless of the score, as well as for an entire 40 minutes. So I was really encouraged, because even when a few players had some nerves within the game that I could see and understand, they were able to work themselves out of it. There was a game of a lot of adversity, and that response is going to bode really well for us. Thank you.